There are boats that don't just simply lose value over time, but their value almost vanishes after only a very short period. What's noteworthy is that many of them are still quite new, manufactured only in the last few years. During the boom of the recreational boat market, many people rushed to buy expensive models in the hope that they would be a worthwhile investment for their trips on the water. But as the market began to cool, a hard-to-accept reality gradually emerged. Many boats that once cost hundreds of thousands of dollars are now depreciating at a staggering rate. What caused these expensive machines to fall into such a state? In today's video, we will count down 7 boats that are losing value at an incredible pace. And as we get closer to the number 1 spot, the story will become even more surprising. Top 7 Mastercraft X24. The wakeboat market once saw a powerful boom. During that period, boats designed specifically for wake surfing became symbols of a luxury lifestyle on the water. The Mastercraft X24 was one of the prominent representatives of that era. With prices usually ranging from about $180,000 to over $200,000 when fully equipped, this boat was promoted as a perfect machine for creating massive waves behind the boat for wake surfers. But the X24's biggest problem lies within its own market. Wakeboats are a very narrow segment with an extremely specific customer base. Buyers don't just need financial means, they also need the right type of lake, the right operating conditions, and a group of friends who actually want to participate in wake surfing activities behind the boat. As the economy began to tighten, such luxury hobbies were often the first to be cut. The operating costs of these wakeboats are also not small. A single day of use can consume hundreds of dollars in fuel when the ballast system is running to create large waves behind the boat. This led many owners to realize that the boat that once excited them had now become a difficult expense to maintain. And as boom-era buyers began reselling their boats, the market was quickly flooded with supply. X24s once priced at around $200,000 are now trading at levels of about $130,000 to $140,000 after just 2 seasons of use, meaning tens of thousands of dollars in value can disappear much faster than many ever thought. Top 6 Malibu 23 LSV. If the wakeboat market is struggling, the Malibu 23 LSV is an example of just how serious the situation is. This model typically costs between $140,000 and $180,000 fully equipped, and during the market boom, it was one of the most sought-after wakeboats. However, as the market started to cool, issues that buyers were previously willing to overlook began to become more noticeable. Many owners have shared on forums that this boat experiences several technical glitches after only a short period of use. The ballast system, which is responsible for creating the waves behind the boat, sometimes malfunctions, requiring the ballast pumps to be replaced multiple times, while the touchscreen control panel can also be unstable at times. Some have even reported that the gel coat around the tower mounting area develops cracks after some use. The problem is that the entire purpose of this boat is to serve wake surfing. So when the ballast system malfunctions, the experience of the boat is almost entirely compromised. When buyers in the used market start hearing stories like these, they become more cautious. As a result, many 23 LSVs, once priced near $180,000, sit on the market for months without a buyer. And the gap between the price the owner wants and the amount the buyer is actually willing to pay continues to widen. Top 5 Cray SLX280. There was a time when the name Cray was considered a symbol of high-end recreational boats. But the recreational boat market has changed significantly in recent years, and the SLX280 shows a reality that not everyone wants to face. This model usually has a starting price of around $180,000 when new. At that price, buyers expect not just a beautiful boat, but a product that holds its value well over many years. However, major problems began to appear when the brand's parent company constantly restructured and changed its product strategy. Some boat lines were altered or discontinued, and the dealer network also became sparser in many areas. For used boat buyers, brand stability is a critical factor. When they feel uncertain about whether that brand will still exist strongly in a few years, they are often unwilling to pay a premium price. Additionally, at a price point near $200,000, the SLX280 has to compete with many other multi-purpose boats that hold their value better because they serve more purposes. As the market became more competitive and supply increased, these factors began to directly impact resale value. And for many owners, this meant their initial investment was depreciating faster than predicted. Top 4 Bennington QX25. Bennington has long been regarded as one of the quality pontoon boat brands. Therefore, the QX25's appearance on this list surprises many. But the issue here isn't entirely with the boat itself, but with the entire pontoon market. A fully equipped QX25 can cost between $120,000 and $150,000. During the market boom, pontoon boats became a popular choice for families wanting a spacious and comfortable boat to relax on the water. Manufacturers significantly increased production to meet that soaring demand. But as demand began to fall, the volume of boats produced during the boom became a major issue. A flood of new and used pontoons hit the market at the same time, causing supply to far exceed actual demand. When dealers started discounting new boats to clear inventory, the value of used boats followed suit almost immediately. A pontoon once priced at $140,000 might only receive a trade-in offer of around $85,000. That is a drop that truly shocks many boat owners and shows that even brands with good reputations cannot escape market impacts when supply exceeds demand. Top 3. Axis T23. Axis was created as a more affordable wakeboat option compared to high-end models. However, the concept of affordable in the wakeboat world still means a price tag of $100,000 to $130,000. When the market began to slow down, boats in this segment were the most heavily affected. One of the major issues with the Axis T23 is that brand recognition outside the wakeboat community isn't very high. During the boom, that wasn't an issue because buyers were familiar with the Axis name. But as the market stagnated, buyers became more cautious. Someone looking for a used boat in the $70,000 range might see the Axis name and wonder if it is a reliable brand. That lack of familiarity makes many hesitate. Furthermore, because Axis is designed as a more economical product line, some finishing details are simpler compared to premium models. As buyers start comparing various options, those differences become more apparent. As a result, many T23s lose nearly 40% of their value after just a few years, and as many wakeboats from the boom era continue to appear on the market, their value remains under downward pressure. Top 2. Cobalt R Series. Cobalt has long been seen as one of the premium boat brands. Boats in the R Series can cost several $100,000 when fully equipped. But it is that very high price tag that became one of the reasons they are depreciating so sharply as the market slows. The market for bow riders priced near $500,000 is actually very small. When the economy is favorable, there is still a group of people willing to spend large sums to own such boats. But as the market becomes more cautious, many in that customer segment start waiting instead of buying immediately. Consequently, many R-Series boats sit at dealerships for months without buyers, and this creates strong downward price pressure. Another factor affecting buyer confidence is that some models in the R-Series were recalled due to technical issues related to the ventilation system in the engine compartment. When a boat costing hundreds of thousands of dollars experiences such issues shortly after its launch, many buyers begin to question its reliability. Therefore, many owners realize that the boat they bought for around $350,000 just a few years ago might now only be valued at about $200,000 for resale, a drop large enough to truly shock many people. Top 1. Sea-Doo Switch. Sea-Doo Switch was promoted as a completely new concept in the world of recreational boats. It was designed as a compact pontoon using a jet propulsion system instead of a traditional outboard motor. The price, ranging from about $18,000 to $40,000, made it an attractive choice for first-time boat buyers. Initially, the idea sounded very exciting, an easy-to-use, affordable boat that offered a unique experience. However, over time, several serious issues began to emerge. Maritime safety agencies have recorded a number of accidents involving this model, including cases of boats flipping that caused serious injuries and fatalities. Investigations revealed that the hull design could allow water to accumulate in the middle section in certain situations, and this affects the boat's stability. As this information spread, market confidence began to plummet rapidly. The manufacturer had to conduct multiple recalls to address design-related issues. As a result, the resale value of the Sea-Doo Switch has dropped to a staggering degree. Many dealers don't even want to take this model back when customers want to trade it in for another model. Boats that once cost around $30,000 to $40,000 are sometimes valued at only a few $1,000s if the seller can find a buyer. This makes the Sea-Doo Switch one of the most severe depreciation stories in the recreational boat market. That concludes the 7 boats that have lost value so quickly it truly surprised many owners. From once highly sought-after wake boats to models promoted as a revolution, all show how fast the market can change. So, which boat on this list surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our upcoming content.